Y'all getting two videos in one day? Yeah, two videos in one day. Give y'all a few minutes to pile in the room. Pile in the room. How is everybody this evening? How y'all doing? How y'all doing? How's it going? Got a lot on my mind, man. Situation with this young brother, Jelani Day.
Any day.
Trying to get y'all a few minutes to pop in the room. So yeah, pop in the room. Hit the thumbs up button as soon as you come in. Join the discussion. Hopefully, this will be a very interactive discussion. Uh, and you all can post comments, tell me, what you know. Um, and it probably won't be a very long video, but anyway. So, um, what's up, y'all? Let me know where you're I promise I'm gonna get better with these notifications. Anyway, let me know where you guys are tuning in from. Are you in the States? What city and state are you in? And are you tuning in from another country? Um, come on in, come on in. Hit the thumbs up button, share. If you're new here, subscribe. If you're new here, subscribe. So, um, I have been reading this article from Revolt. This is the only media outlet that I think that. Sorry, y'all. People just contact me at all times of night. But anyway, um, so I saw an article from Revolt Media discussing the young brother Jelani Day, who had been missing for some time. Of course, it was very much underreported in the media, but as soon as a little white girl went missing, that was front page media, around the clock, 24-hour coverage. And this has happened a lot. Young brothers going missing, and young black women as well. The interesting thing, though, with both Jelani and Kendrick Johnson. So number one, do y'all remember the story with Kendrick Johnson? He was also a young brother. I believe he was actually still in high school and was found in a rolled up gym mat. Um, and he also was missing organs. And so Jelani Day was found, I believe, in a body of water in Illinois, and he had been reported missing from his university. He was attending a university in Illinois, and I saw his mother on CNN. Whew, sending a lot of love and prayers to that mama. And but I think that I have not seen a whole lot of people discuss what's happening with this organ harvesting or suspected organ harvesting. Um, the brain of Jelani Day was actually missing. His spleen was missing. His eyes. I mean, like really, like so. If you watch the Get Out movie, let me know in the comments. Like, was that really a documentary? Like, are they going and they're going after like athletic black men and like taking their brains and all kind of other organs? So I'm just wondering what you all think about that. Like, number one, had you heard about the story? Let me know in the comments. Um, and if you hadn't heard about it, share this. You can Google the Revolt article and read it for yourself. I just think that there needs to be awareness for us, especially, parents, everybody, black folks. We need to be aware that there is an issue of black people, black boys and men going missing. And when they are found, their organs are gone, um, or several of their organs uh, is missing. So, I have a lot of theories, I don't wanna really, like, share them here. I guess I'm trying to see what you guys think about it, like, what are some theories that you have in mind? I know the first like I said, the first thing that came to my mind was the movie, Get Out. I'm like, "Shit, that might have been a documentary," like, shit, you know? Um, yeah, so there's a few of y'all in here. What do you think? What do you think is up with that? I'm here just to like spread awareness. Like I think like yeah, spread awareness because if you have not heard about that article, now you know. I can after this I can place a link to it also in the description of this video. But I'm really concerned. I'm a mom and I have a husband and I mean, I'm really concerned about um, all the missing black people, number one. But then when they are found, obviously, a lot of them are deceased, and then their organs are missing. I'm really concerned about that. And I'm also like, why is this not like a major media story? Could you imagine if it was like a bunch of white girls and boys going missing and people find them and their organs are missing? Could you imagine the type of law enforcement response will be to that? You know? Hmm. It's real concerning. Um, yeah. I um I think this is something that as a community, we need to have a family meeting about ASAP and probably teach some self-defense. I'm imagining because both of those brothers, well, Kendrick actually was still in high school. He was young. But the young man, the college student Jelani Day, um, he looked like he was athletic. You would think he would be able to defend himself, but it depends on like I just wish there was more of a law enforcement response because like we're living in a time now where there's cameras everywhere. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, I will be following to the best of my ability as it's covered this case with Delaney Day. Again, I'm really, really, really feeling for his family and his mom and everybody that loved him. Um, that number one, he's deceased, but that also he's not like coming back whole. Like his mother and family like has to have to put him away and like know that he was literally not just murdered, but like they just desecrated his body and took his organs. That's like next level sick shit. And that just made me think about yeah. I don't know. What do you all think? Had you number one, like, had you heard about it? Are you aware of it? Because there hasn't been a whole lot of media coverage in terms of like mainstream media, like black media. Revolt, I believe, is Diddy's publication. His yeah. So, but I haven't seen like NBC, MSNBC, CBS, ABC, none of the like mainstream, media. I haven't seen in print or seen any clips of it from TV. Oh, I did see that BNC finally covered it, Black News Channel. So yeah, I saw them actually posted, "Hey, what's up? Peace, son, God." Yeah, you familiar what happened with the young brother, Jelani Day? You familiar what happened with him? What you think about what's going on with because this is not the first, right? Like Kendrick Johnson, which was maybe about 5 or 6 years ago. I have to look it up, but he was another um young man who was found murdered, and several of his organs were missing as well. Um, yeah, I'm just wondering what folks think about that. I think that is something that we need to be clearly on high alert about. And can you imagine like the people who've gone missing like that maybe perhaps didn't have families, I guess, to like put out an APB or like harass law enforcement to care and do their jobs. I'm gonna be honest with you. So I have been watching this show on Netflix called the Blacklist. Anybody else watch that? I'm a damn junkie right now, and I just started watching it, and I think I'm on finally on season 5 now, and I think there's like 8 or 9 seasons. Um, but it's a really good show. It's like action packed. It's like set in the DC areas like this FBI special unit task force, whatever you want to call it, that has partnered with a criminal, a very, I guess, high level criminal, and he's the main character. But I literally just watched an episode when I was traveling to Minneapolis over the weekend, and it talked about on the episode how this particular crime so the criminal that they look for in each episode is called a blacklister. And on this particular episode, they were looking for somebody who was basically out here kidnapping people, and it was about a particular blood type, and the blood type was known as golden blood because it's so rare and only like less than whatever percent of a population have this particular blood type. And like, you can't do blood transfusion, you can't do organ donation without like having a match with that particular blood type. And so it showed that the blacklister who was like found out to be like doing the kidnapping was literally kidnapping people who they had identified that had the blood and was doing similar things like taking their blood, taking like organs, like and just harvesting them. And I literally just watched that this weekend, and then I read the media this morning and I immediately thought about that. Like, that's TV, but you know, apparently art is coming to life. And then clearly the Get Out. Oh, hey, Yamika, how are you? Oh, it's so good to hear from you. Hey, sweetie. Um, yeah, it's really concerning. Um, I don't know. I'm hoping that I'm informing you guys about it. If you haven't heard about it, Jelani Day was a young black college student, black male college student, who had been missing for some time, and his mother was finally able to get coverage when his body was found. And now it's been reported that after the autopsy was done, um, he had like several things missing: brain, spleen. There was like a lot. Like they just went to work on this young brother, and it made me think like, you know, was there something genetically special about him that he had been identified and tracked down and murdered, right? And I think, because I also like I'm, for what is worth, I'm also an investor. So I do have like investments. And one of the things that I've noticed, because I watch a lot of finance media, and one of the things that I know that is like really ramping up is this what I call the evolved version of eugenics and dysgenics. If you're not familiar with those terms, please do a deep dive. Matter of fact, if you're Facebook friends with me, I have a Facebook friend, brother name is Jeff Kennedy, and he lives here in Washington, D.C., and he is like the foremost scholar on eugenics, everything eugenics. Like, if you want to know anything about eugenics, that brother can teach you. You know what I mean? He's like very, very well read on that. Um, Anyway, matter of fact, I might call him after I get out this live. I'm glad I said that. But anyway, I want to get back to the connection that I'm making really quickly. So there's something called CRISPR Technologies. Yeah, I believe Get Out was a documentary. Yep, exactly. You're right, Sun God. There's something called CRISPR technology, and it's mainly about gene editing. So gene editing meaning that, so they're purporting to say that, they can edit genes so that you don't get a certain type of cancer, and you can, basically these people are playing God in some respects. Now I can see how people can say, well, this could be beneficial if I, can figure out, like, if I can have a child who won't be born with some kind of disability or whatever, I guess, but I just think that's a slippery slope, because we know the history of these people, mad scientists, right? So I don't know, I'm percolating, and I'm doing that here with y'all. Like, I'm just telling you what I'm thinking, and I know that that is, um, being projected to be a multi-billion dollar industry. Gene editing and, genomics, all of that. And if you didn't know, Biden, and this also just went way under the radar. Like, I think it was mentioned in the media maybe one day, and then it just went away. But Biden is the first president to create a cabinet level position for a geneticist. And I'm blanking on that person's name, but he was a part of the team that mapped the human genome. Um, if y'all like anything like me, you can like really nerd out and stuff like that. I like really nerd out, I go on a deep dive reading about stuff like that. And then my African centered thinking cap is always on. So I'm always like making different connections on things. And so, like I said, I'm just percolating here with y'all. I think that there is clearly, like Get Out, these people are mad scientists. They, want to live forever, and they are clearly interested in the, DNA. I wish y'all people would leave me alone when I'm trying to do a live. Um, they're interested in the, DNA and genes of African people, of Black folks. We saw that with clearly, with what John Hopkins University, watch watch experience S30 episode 9. Can you send me a link to that, Yamika? I'm not familiar with that. Send me a link to that. Um, yeah, send me a link to that. That seems interesting. Um, yeah, so I forgot what the point I was trying to make. Um, yeah, guys, I'm listen, man, we need to be paying attention and be making all these connections that we can, because everything ain't on the up and up out here, you know. Oh, American Expense. Yeah, send it to me. Yeah, send it to me maybe on Messenger on Facebook. Yeah, wow. The Eugenics Crusade. Yeah, wow. Okay. Yeah, make sure y'all like this video and help spread the word, spread the awareness about what happened to our brother Jelani Day, and then also Kendrick Johnson. Like, make the connection. This is not the first time that something like this has happened. At some point we need some Courtney Tarver. I'm surprised they've been doing stuff like this in slavery, right? They think our bodies are superior. Yes, yes, Courtney. Yes. Bingo. Period. That's a fact. That is a fact. Yeah, y'all see what Courtney said? Yeah, that's real. Um, whew, man. Yeah, look up CRISPR Technologies. Read about them. Read what they about. Like, they make it sound like it's so, like, it's a good thing. You know what I mean? And I guess, in some respects it can be, depending on what your perspective is, but I don't trust these people. Like our sister said, they've been doing shit, experimenting on Black people since enslavement. You know what I mean? Then created entire, the whole field of gynecology was created because of these devils experimenting on Black women's bodies. No anesthesia, no fucking consent. And I don't want to get on this because, YouTube banning people, but I want to host an in-person discussion at some point because the way we rolling over on this on these mandates around this jab, I am shocked. I mean, I know like the level of like the propaganda campaign and the media machine is really really strong, but like for those of us who know better, like and are thinkers, is just like what's wrong with like waiting till there's long-term data? Why you got to force somebody to do some shit immediately? Like, you know what I mean? Like what's like just the fact that you want to force it to me raises a red flag. Um, I like I said, I don't want to get too much on that. That's the kind of conversation you got to have in person these days because big tech is censoring the shit out of anybody that want to have a damn discussion about that. Anyway, I ain't gonna hold y'all, but I just that bothered me. That and it's still bothering me. And I just think that we need to be having conversations and family meetings about this as Black people because we need to clearly have our defenses up. And it would be helpful, like I said, if law enforcement did their jobs. They have the resources. Law enforcement has the resources. Law enforcement, you know, all the tracking and everything is a tracking device. If you got a car that is what 2012, maybe even before that, 2012 and older, shit, your damn car is a tracking device. All these chips and sensors and GPS, these phones, all of that. And they can't figure out what happened to Kendrick Johnson in Atlanta. I think that's BS. Cameras everywhere. Um, yeah. I just think we need to be asking a lot of questions. And like I also feel like, we usually only talk about politics in terms of like voting type of politics when it's time to vote. And then everybody in the community, especially these people who are to get out the vote crusaders, they disappear into the next election. And my thing is, we need to be having conversations if we gonna participate in the voting process. We also need to be getting something back for our vote. We should be able to have conversations with our people that we elect, our representatives at the state, local, and federal level. Like, I feel like there needs to be some kind of congressional investigation on what's happening. What the fuck? You know what I mean? Like, but again, it's Black bodies. So, you got to raise a lot of hell to get somebody to even care and pay attention. That's a damn shame. But anyway, I'm just sharing my thoughts. I had a little quiet moment. My daughter is at gymnastics and my son is doing his homework. So I had a little quiet moment to do this quick little download with y'all. But yeah, continue to tell me what you guys think in the comments. And yeah, Yamika, send me that link. I want to check that out. But yeah, RIP to rest in peace and power to the young brother and his death, and neither to Kendrick Johnson's death and all the unnamed folks that we don't even know about. Their families may not even thought to do an autopsy, right? Because you know they may not have, so all the unnamed victims of this, whatever it is, organ harvesting ring, whatever. Um, yeah, that's something that's definitely bothering my spirit. So anyway, yeah. Yeah, appreciate you, Son God, for checking in. Appreciate all y'all for being here and rocking with me in the comments and watching this live. As always, I appreciate, my YouTube community. If you're new here, because I'm about to head out, make sure you subscribe, to the channel and hit the notification bell so you get notifications when I'm going live. And yeah, hit the like button, share it. You can use this as a tool of conversation, spark some discussion about this issue. I think that we need to do that as a community. We can't wait on mainstream media to care about us. We need to be having these conversations. And yeah, I think we need to get on an email, find out who your federal representative is in the House of Representatives here in DC. Find out, who is your state, who is your senator, in the Senate here in DC. I live in Maryland, so I know who they are, but we need to be getting on the horn with these people and, asking them to look into it, do a congressional investigation, something. Like, we can't just continue to let this happen to our children and roll over. Um, Again, if these were white girls, white boys, like going missing literally by the thousands, and their organs are also missing, shit, there would be all types of law enforcement. Every single alphabet agency ever created would be on top of it. Y'all know it. So we need to require the same type of energy for our children. All right, y'all. I'm sleepy. Been a long weekend. I had a long weekend. I've been traveling. Um, anyway, so have a good night, everybody. Take care.